Greetings, Tetris citizens. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly Masters event. And what we've got for you tonight is one single solitary match, but it is a match which will solidify the orange and yellow bracket. Let's take a look at what that one is going to be. It is the little yellow bracket, match 18. It's going to be Idkirby versus Dengler. That match will roll into a match sometime, hopefully in the next week or so, that is already determined. It's going to be Meme. The opponent will be. Now that match will not be tonight. It's just going to be Idkirby versus Dengler. And just to give you a look at our top 8, so you can see what this rolls into. Yeah, this is we're getting very much near the end. So the winner of this match will play in that little orange spot against Meme, and the winner of that match will go to the semifinals. So single solitary match tonight, and yeah, just really 2 matches to go until we have a semifinals. So looking forward to that. Of course, we don't know when that match will be because we don't know who's going to win and when they're available and da-da-da-da-da. But we're getting very much near the end. Already a pretty stacked semi-finals. Alex T, Trista, Pixel Andy in from the red bracket. So this is very much, right now, it's a very 2021 semi-finals so far. So interesting to see who gets into the semis from here. Okay, well, that is what we're doing tonight. Let's take a look at the rules. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's only one match, but players, please do remember, if you do experience tech issues, internet outages, whatever, just keep playing. A lot of times they just fix themselves within, a couple of 10 seconds, and then we can continue. Don't try to help me out by pausing and fixing it. Just keep playing and we will sort it out, but play as if, like it counts, right? Anyway, remember, this is a best of 5, so the first player to 3 wins is the winner of the match, level 18 all the way through. Level 39 super kill screen, make sure that's turned on. We will be using same piece as re-rolled in between each game of the match, and the winner will get absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool which has reached $1,350, and that is a good amount, and I think it's great that we have raised that amount, so I very much appreciate that. Right now we're paying the top 4. If we can get to $2,000, that is our goal. We will pay the top 8, and that is a very nice number of people to pay, and I would like to reach that goal. If we reach it, that's a great thing. It's been a while since we haven't reached it, so anything you can do to help out would be great. This prize pool is 100% funded by you, the fans and viewers, and whoever. We have no sponsors. You are the sponsors. So if you want this prize pool to grow and to reach our incentive and pay those top 8, well, it's really up to you guys. So use the Matcherino command if you're watching live here on Twitch or YouTube. That will bring up the link, the first one of the links that you get. That's the one that takes you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner is where you log in and where you hit the contribute button to contribute. And you can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube account. No need to make a special account for Matcherino. If you're watching after the fact, you can go to ctm.gg/Matcherino or go.ctm.gg/prize. They're the same. I don't know why I say both, but they're the same. Anyway, thanks again to everybody who has contributed. We had a contribution from Trudy, I think, happen over, last hour. So thank you, Trudy. That is how to support the prize pool. If you want to support the stream, that's something you can do. No stream, no channel, no tournament. So if you want the tournament to continue, if you want us to continue to bring you and us, I guess I'm part of it. Top level Tetris, big tournaments with the best players in the world. If you want that to keep happening, go to patreon.com/monthly Tetris, where you can make an ongoing pledge of monthly or annual support to keep this channel going. And thanks to everybody who is already doing that. The people right here on the screen. And big shouts to Scott Gray, Jane the Window, K9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Kakadin, Mila. Thank you all so very much for doing that. All right, I'm going to flop on over to our whatever, and we're going to look at it, and we're going to go, here they are. All right, I think we're in big head, big torso mode today. Just given what the players are giving me for cameras, so we are in big head mode. And I think this camera is a little narrow, so I'm gonna. There you go. That looks more. That looks correct. Great. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give these players some pieces. If you need another minute to warm up, you've got it. But I will put the pieces in the chat. That way, when you are ready, you can, signal that you're ready, and we can start and feel good and play Tetris. Yeah, not many streams left. We have this stream. We have whatever that solo match stream is between the winner of this and Meme, and then the semis and finals stream. So really, this stream, another mini stream, and then one more stream to get that prize pool filled out. So anything you can do, 5, 10, 1, 2. I'm going to dump your whole tax return in there. We'll accept that too. How do you pin the seeds? If you're on your desktop, you would just hover over the message, and then there's a push pin. There's a little push pin symbol, and you click on that, and that will pin it. And that is good. Let me refresh both the cams, make sure that we are pretty much in sync. What's Dengler? 9. Resync Dengler as well. Let me try refreshing Kirby again. All right, Kirby is moving. That's good. You like that? 2A6342, 2A6342. I'll pin it this time, guys, but if there's a mod in chat who can pin, that would be great. A6342. Vandy, I really appreciate your commentating. It makes CTM such an awesome place. We are blessed to have you commentating. What would we do without Vandy? Well, we would probably have somebody else doing pretty much the same thing, but better. But thank you, Hamsters Ohio, for the encouragement. Appreciate that. All right, looks like both players are ready. 2A6342, they're on seed. They have signaled ready. Let us get them counted down. Classic Tetris Monthly Masters event, the yellow bracket, top 16, Kirby versus Dengler. Let's get them started in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. There it is. All right, thank you, Mino Floof, for the resub. 14 months. Good luck to both players. Says Mino Floof. I agree. Good luck to both players. Let's make sure we get to a decider, and then whoever wins. That's the law. All right, on the left side of your screen, it is Idkirby, or Kirby as we will be saying. And if my sheet would update, then I would tell you all about Kirby. But, oh, there it is. Finally. Kirby qualified into this tournament, seed number 8. So a top 8 seed, which means he gets to skip 2 rounds. And so this is Kirby's first match in this tournament. Qualified in with a 1.47 million That was the average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. He's got an overall PB of 2.33 million, which is good for about 34th on the PB list leaderboard thing. Kirby was ranked number 24 of the Tetris players who were ranked in the most recent Premier poll, which is a poll of Tetris broadcasters, organizers, and journalists and other people. And that is a monthly poll that takes place, run by Pumpy Heart. And you can read the whole thing over at premierpoll.com, Premier with an E at the end. So he was 24th. Kirby has finished as high as the top 8 in a CTM event, and that was Lone Star in 2022. So Kirby looking for his first top 8 in a CTM Masters event, particularly here in the 32 player era. Also been in Mega Masters 3 times. Played in Lone Star 2022, as mentioned. Has been in Gold Bracket of CTWC 3 times. And played in Bronze in 2021 and Silver in 2022. And he placed in the top 16 of both of those. And I also, you might also have run into Kirby at Waco in 2022. And a long bar over for Kirby. 207 through 57. 302 for Dengler through 59. So about a 95,000 point lead early on here for Dengler. On the right side of your screen, it is Dengler. It gets a long bar down for a Tetris. And another one, there's one Kirby. So still about that, 95, 96,000 point difference. Dengler qualified into seed number 9, which means he got a 1-round bye. So he got to skip round 1. And Dengler defeated Akatu in round 2 to get here to the top 16. 440 for Dengler, 324 for Kirby. Dengler qualified in with a 1.44 million. Has an overall PB of 5.43 million. That's good for about 14th on the list. And he was ranked number 6th in that Premier poll. First player ever to get a perfect max. The first player to get a 1.5 million into level 29. He's been in the semifinals of CTM 4 times, most recently last month in May. Been in Mega Masters 3 times. He's finished as high as the top 8. That was this year. In April, he's Challenger Circuit winner twice. June last year was a most recent time, and also won a Futures circuit back in the day. 3 times in CTWC Gold, was top 4 in 2024, top 8 in 2023, and won the Northeast Regional in 2024 and Classic Tetris Level 12 tournament, the most recent one in 2024. 558 for Dengler, 443 for Kirby. Thanks for the raid, Hazelnut Milk, which sounds delicious. Unless you're allergic to hazelnuts, which I guess a lot of people are. 604 for Dengler, 12 lines to go. Gets a Tetris. He's skimming here. You can get 2 more Tetrises between now and 19. Transition. Potentially. There's one. And he's taken that skim into 129. He's at 652. And a long bar here would be great. And there's the long bar for him. And he's going to take a 676 into 19. Kirby takes about a 562 into 19, which is also a very healthy transition. But Dengler, it's kind of an S-tier transition. Or maybe low S tier, because you still got to give room for, like, what's a 700K transition, right? I mean, that's got to be... I mean, that's like off the charts. I don't know if we need to tier rank transitions. Maybe we don't need to do that. 663 for Kirby, 782 for Dengler. What's your favorite tournament you went to? Montreal last year, I would say. Maybe tied with that would be 2019 CTWC. 837 for Dengler, 717 for Kirby. Tetris for Kirby, 748. Dengler building out that left side, waiting for the bar. Kirby's going to uncover the right side. Well, Dengler gets a bar in. Kirby gets a bar in. Right now, Dengler ahead by 117,000. Same line count. Tetris, Dengler, 927. Hamsters, Ohio says, mine is Genesis X. What did you like about that one? 957 for Dengler. Long bar over Tetris, Dengler. 987. He's one away from the max. And he's going to get that max into 25. Kirby now into 25 at 875. So it's about 143,000 point lead for Dengler right now. Tetris is on 25 are worth 31,200, and they increase by 1,200 every time the colors change now. So we're 30 lines away from level 29. The speed will increase by 100%. They'll double. Dengler with that pullback. Long bar gets over. Need something too deep. Long bar gets over. Tetris, Dengler, B22 on 27. And another Tetris for Dengler. Kirby with the tuck. Trying to build out here. And Tetris for Kirby, A52. He's on 28. Dengler with the B90, still on 27. He needs to bring this down. Doesn't want to have a rough entry into 29, but he's got a C34. That is a 1.2 million. And he is into 29 at 1.27 million. Kirby at A66. Dirty Tetris into 29 with a 1.1 of his own. Diving board hang of a long bar over on the left side. He's going to have to go up and get it. He gets it down, but oh no, that left side is going to be tough. Gets a square over. But Kirby fighting the stack down right now. Dengler taking a couple of birds on the right side. Kirby still fighting. Still alive here. This is doable. Oh, that hang on the right side and that hang on the left is definitely going to be a problem. And that's going to seal it for Kirby. But, big pacing really for these players before 29. Dengler, you are good. You can mullen it out a little bit if you want to. But yeah, big pacing for these players in game number 1. So GG's players. Dengler with the 1.4 on 33. And this is kind of slowing down considerably, and that is going to do it. But Dengler is good in game 1. Aggro topo. Yeah, I was an aggro topo for real. Yep. It was. I don't think I have any say in it, but I'm just gonna try to establish a narrative like, oh man, look how aggressive Dengler was when he topped out. Wow. Man, if only he hadn't been so aggressive, he wouldn't have topped out. All right, I'm trying to help him out. All right, new pieces are here. Players D90B19, Delta 90 Bravo 19. Thank you, Winter, for the pin. Kirby, you are not on seed. We need you to be on D90B19. You just got seed checked. Oh, that's not coaching. That's you can get mid-set coaching. You can't get mid-game coaching. You can get mid-set. If you want someone in between games to give you some tips, you can do that. Your stream is way behind. Okay, that's fine. No worries. D90B19. I can try to refresh you, maybe. Let me try to refresh you one more time. Let's see if you actually come back here. Let's see. You just got seed checked. Is that a reference of something? Well, we have a seed checker, and if they get it wrong, I say you just got seed checked. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's get them started here in game 2. 3, 2, 1 Tetris. You can have a coach between games? Really? Yeah, of course. Just not in the middle of a game. You cannot get someone to say, oh, you're like, for example, your opponent is stacked up high over here, so you're going to want to be less aggressive. You know, bring it down. Let's be, you can't do that. Okay, just go into line out mode. You should be good here. 3 more to go. Like, none of that. But in between games, who cares? I mean, it's all stuff you would know anyway. Yeah, what that doesn't affect. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I would expect it. But like in a game, no. If the game is supposed to be one mind per game. This is not doubles Tetris. It's not team Tetris. It's a solo sport. But, you know, it's still, people can tell you whatever they want in between games, but it's up to you to implement it with your own mind. Now, that's just CTM rules. I don't know what, any other people's rules. I just do the thing that makes the most sense, and which is, not exploitable, or try to be not exploitable as a cheat. But yeah, whatever. People can tell you whatever you want. I mean, they could coach me in between games, and go, oh, hey, you really need to like top out less. That's not going to help me at all. It's still I who have to do it, right? 164 for Kirby. There's a dirty Tetris 186. Dengler up near the top of the board, covered well. Also, it's totally not enforceable, right? Like, what am I going to do? Like, if you're in your ear, someone's on Discord, what can I do about it? What happens in the event that someone pauses or the controller plugs or disconnects? There's no one uniform rule here. Dengler in a little bit of trouble. That triple's going to help. Long part gets over. Oh, no, that left side. That's going to be a top out for Dengler on 18. And Kirby, you are good in game number 2. We are tied up. Yeah, there's no thing that says if someone pauses, then the one single thing happens. It depends on the context, and I just have to make a ruling based on how I understand the situation. Igonzi, no, that would not be allowed. That would definitely not be allowed. People, that is postulated that people could do that, but no, that would not be allowed. If anyone does that, then they should, I mean, if I ever hear that that's happening, that's honestly lifetime ban for real. Like, no leniency on that whatsoever. All right, let's get these players some pieces. Shut up, Gerald. How dare you? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, God forbid a player is prepared. I mean, yeah. I mean, you guys can play known seed monthly if you want to. I mean, we're gonna do that in Stupid Tetris Monthly. There will be known seed monthly. I mean, if all that stuff became rampant, I would just quit. I have other things I can do, you know. I don't need to do this. I have plenty of things I can do in life. Okay, looks like both players are ready. Let's get them started in game 3. What was once a best of 5, now a best of 3 in 3-2-1 Tetris. Yeah, if it got to the point where like players were untrustworthy and like, you know, clearly just trying to exploit things, I would just not do this anymore. I don't need to do it. Okay, 45,000 for each player. There's another Tetris for Dengler. I would just leave it to the cheaters, you know? Just leave it to them. Like, good luck. Have fun. See how long it lasts. All right, Tetris for Dengler. All Tetrises so far. So 136 through 24. What if someone is in a Discord call with someone else that is coaching them, but you don't know? Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I would know, but you know, it's wrong. I don't want people to do it. If people enter the tournament doing that, they're doing so without my consent and approval, and it's wrong, and I would just trust that people would not do that, but there's no way I would know. But just know that you are doing that without my consent and really taking something from me without my consent, which is you playing in this tournament. All right, Dengler 250 through 44. And here's the other thing. Generally, you know, people try hard to keep things secret. You know, they're trying to get away from something. They all think they can keep things secret, but ultimately, you really, really can't. And it will just wear on you as a person. Like, it's just bad. It's just bad personal policy for yourself. Line spin for Dengler. No, people just like to bring this stuff up theoretically, so no one actually did. The shame you feel is worse than any punishment, but also, yeah, again, when I've said it before, I'll say it again, when you lie and cheat, ultimately you make reality your enemy, and reality will always win. Somehow or some way. So you cannot outrun reality as much as you want to. 359 now, 381 a Tetris for Kirby, 395 for Dengler. All right, nice little adjust there for Dengler, and believe me, if I said that every time Dengler made a nice little adjustment, I'd be saying it all the time, because that is a Dengler thing to do. You know, his experience kind of chasing these efficiency records. He's very clued into the kind of adjustments you can make to save a line here or there to get ready. You know, one line earlier or saving a burn. You're going to see that a lot on Dengler's side. 510 for Dengler. 498 for Kirby. Now Kirby ahead by 6 lines, back by 10,000 points. All right, 566 for Dengler, 590 for Kirby. So Kirby a little bit ahead. That burning kind of mini burn there for Dengler gave Kirby an opportunity to get into the lead. He's got a 612 for 125. And Dengler with the 614 through 129. He's a burn away or a line away from 19. We're getting a little droughted here as we approach 19. Dengler just going to have to take that single. And Kirby just going to have to take a double. He's up kind of high here, but he's got some burns now. And yeah, we are getting droughted. All right, finally, long bars for both. And they're both going to Tetris off those long bars. Tetris for Kirby, 700,000, 650 for Dengler. Tetris for Kirby, 759, 703 for Dengler. Now the lines are tied. Kirby ahead by about 26,000 points, which is also about what a Tetris is on this level. And Tetris for Kirby, 795, 740 for Dengler. The winner of this match gets the privilege of playing Meme in the top 8. We are guaranteed to have at least, we're guaranteed to have exactly 2 players in the semifinals who have yet to win a Masters event, and 2 who have. So I like that. Of course, they're both on opposite sides of the bracket, so it could totally work out that we just get 2 former Masters. But we could also get, very easily, we could get 2 new or yet to get a Masters players in the finals. It definitely could happen. 897 for Dengler, 900 for Kirby. Dengler now in the lead. Kirby's been burning for a while, so his pace has dissipated a little bit. And Dengler now out to a lead. There's a double in a Tetris for Dengler, 964. He's on level 26 at 204. $923 for Kirby, max out for Dengler on 27, a skim and a Tetris for Dengler at A69, another Tetris 1.1 for Dengler, potentially 2 Tetrises before 29. There's a Tetris, B39 Dengler, A30, the max out for Kirby. All right, Kirby gonna double, then Tetris into 29 at A69. B82 for Dengler. Right now, Dengler up by about 113,000 points. Same line count. Players playing low. Kirby actually set up for a Tetris in column 8 and gets it. B18. He's set up again. Long bar over Tetris. Kirby, B59. CO1 for Dengler. Dengler, he decides, I don't know if he was a decision, but he didn't get set up there. I think maybe it was kind of a pullback there, but the long bar came and it's not enough time to adjust. So C14 for Dengler, B77 for Kirby. Dengler takes a triple. He's low on the board. Kirby, B86. He's back by 42,000 points. Same line count. Dengler Kirby trying to fight his board back down a little bit. He's got gaps all over the place. That left side, that is not going to be survivable. Dengler, you are good in game number 3. Dengler's gone up 2 games to 1. All right, Dengler up 2-1. New pieces are in the chat, players. 73B074. Ez Day says, is it better to Tetris into 29 or score it right after? And Blithering Tripe with the correct answer. It's better to not top out waiting for a Tetris before 29. Yeah, just take the burns. And, you know, that was a thing that people did back in the day. They'd really just like go super aggro before 29. And this was even after 29 was kind of playable. Meanwhile, or even before 19, actually, this was like a thing they would do. Before 19, they just had to get that one last Tetris before 19, and they would just top out rather than just, take the double and then keep playing, right? All right, both players are ready. It is game number 4. Dengler is up 2-1. So Kirby needs to win this one to force a game 5. Dengler can wrap it up right now with a win. But yeah, I think players have gotten a little bit smarter about that. They just realize, it's not worth it. Like, okay, so this Tetris is worth, all right, so I save a couple burn lines maybe, and this Tetris is worth 1,200 points more, and yet I did all this nonsense to my stack and made it, much harder to play. Not worth it. Not usually. No, when you transition into a level, you get the points for that level. So if you get a Tetris at 128 lines, you get credited for a 19 Tetris. You get the score for a one that you scored on 19, Lucas. All right, 117 for Kirby, 118 for Dengler. But if you take the single first, it would count, no? I don't understand what you're saying. I mean, either way it counts. Whether you get the Tetris into, whether you single and then get the Tetris, or just get the Tetris that carries you in. It's the same. Who even is Gerald? Yeah, nobody really knows. Except Fractal, I guess. I think Fractal. Well, Invictus Rage, it's fine. There's no law about inaudibly mouthing obscenities as a player, so I wouldn't worry about it. All right, 259 for Dengler, 242 for Kirby. You should be looking at Tetris, by the way. Don't look at their dumb faces. Look at the Tetris. All right, 287 for Kirby, 285 for Dengler. All right, there's an adjustment to make room for a tucked T-piece for Dengler. Oh, do you guys want me to do hyper zoom cam? And just like hyper zoom right into their concentrating faces. All right, Dengler with the Tetris 361. 392 for Kirby. Dengler gets one 384. I think pace-wise, they're just about tied. We'll get the back of their heads or just zoom in on their ear. What do you think of that? Just get a really good look at what's going on ear-wise for these players. They're going to add that to Wikipedia, to Liquipedia, you know. They're going to add like a whole ear section so we know exactly whose ear is what. We have so much data now around that. All right, Kirby trying to bring his stack back down. 441, 433 for Dengler. Set up for a Tetris, but kind of spired high in column 7, 8, 9. And covers it well just as the bar comes. Oh, boy. Oh, my word. All right, Dengler fighting. 437. All right, Dengler still fighting. Oh, my word. Well, he has brought it down substantially here. He opens up the right side and gets a long bar down just in time for his 19 transition. So Dengler will survive. That is like top 10 dig of the year. Dengler 511 on 20, but Kirby here with a 608 on 19. He's up over 100,000 points. Vinny, that dig should be illegal. Well, only if he was getting coached during it. All right, put the J over here. All right, now what you know, maybe he's getting coached. All right, 662 for Kirby. Oh, he's going to miss that S spin, but that's okay. He can still bring this down. Tetris Dengler, 568. Can you imagine if, like, Mr. Beast put 100,000 in the prize pool someday? I can. I'm imagining it. I'm manifesting it right now. I'm trying to manifest it anyway. All right, Tetris for Dengler, 654. 776 for Kirby. It would make the players toxic. Yeah, we would probably have to... we'd probably have to fly them out. I don't think Mr. Beast just randomly goes to Twitch streams anymore. I think he's probably got bigger ambitions now. But maybe he does. I don't know. $720 for Dengler, $869 for Kirby on 24. All right, Dengler uncovering Kirby's board. Could use some help. Kind of in the middle is solid, but the left and right sides of his board have holes. But he's cleaning it all out. Tetris Dengler, 856, 921, excuse me, 921 Kirby. That was weird. My jaw like locked up for a second there. That ever happened to you? That is weird. Doesn't happen in years. Tetris for Kirby, 994, 925 for Dengler. We're on level 27. Lines are tied. Kirby ahead by 70,000, which is almost exactly 2 Tetrises. I've got lockjaw. What would I do if that were the case? I guess, I mean, I would have to keep going, but... All right, Dengler into 29. He's got the max. Kirby with the 1.1 into 29. So Kirby about 100,000 points ahead. There's a Tetris Kirby B41. All right, Kirby trying to keep this low and then reestablish a well. see what these players are trying to do. Dengler keeping it low. All right, he's going to take that triple. Just kind of bring this down. Trying to get some multi-line clears here. Oh, no, diving board here for Kirby. And he's not going to bring this down. So the target for Dengler is CO5. The top out for Kirby was CO4. Target CO5. It's 150,000 point chase down. There's a Tetris for Dengler. On level 33, Tetrises are worth 40,000. So basically, 2 Tetrises away, 50 lines to get him. He doesn't even need 2 Tetrises, but that's about how many Tetrises it would be. And there's 1 Tetris, and really just 15,000 points away or so. And all Kirby could do is sit and watch and wait and hope. And 1 more line clear would do it for Dengler. And there it is. Dengler is going to take game 3 with about 150,000 point chase down. Kirby played great. Always a pleasure to have Kirby in this tournament. I think this might be his highest qualifier in, I could be wrong, but his highest qualified placement in CTM. So certainly something to grow on there and a positive to take forward. And 3-1 is how it's going to go in the books for Dengler. So GG's Kirby. Dengler with the C82. Just trying to eke out maybe 1 more Tetris somehow. Oh, I think he's gonna get it. And there it is. Dengler with the D39. GG's both players. Dengler, you have gone on to the top 8, and you will be facing Meme at some point in the future. Kirby, hope to see you back in here again. You played great qualifier. So hopefully we will see you again. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the books, and I'll show you the bracket. Yeah, and yeah, that's gonna get. I mean, it's a little bit of a match we're left with. That's for sure. All right, let's show you our top 16. We already knew that, but now we have a top 8. So we have a top 8 that is basically 100% full, and we're just really waiting for the result of Meme versus Dengler. I don't know when that's gonna be, but as soon as I know, it'll be basically check Discord. But either way, this is going to be a banger of a top 4. I mean, no matter who had won this match, it definitely would. But yeah, Meme versus Dengler, winner of that versus Alex T. The other side, Tristop versus Pixelandy. This is a semifinals. This is a very, very interesting semifinals. 2 players who are, former masters. Although in a way, I mean, Pixelandy, it's been a while. So Andy's won when he won. That was back in what? The last time he won was 2023, right? So Andy's was in August of 2023. So almost 2 years since he's won a Masters. And really the last time he's been and that was the last time he was in the finals, I think, because last time he finished second was in Lone Star of 2023. So that's the last time he's been in the finals. He has not been in the finals since August 2023. Of course, took an extended period of time away from playing, rolling or tapping or anything like that, just focusing on DAS. But now he's kind of back, so we'll see what he's going to do. So this is a very interesting Pixelandy versus Tristop. And then, of course, whoever wins this, it goes against Alex T. That is going to be a tough match. Alex T really on top of the world right now. Is reigning 2-time world champion. And seems to be playing out of his mind. Took a huge set against Blue Scooty. That was the highest scoring match in the 39 cap era ever of anywhere. The first match where the average was a rollover, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, this is gonna be crazy. This is a very interesting month. So, yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Really appreciate that. Mino Floof, thanks for the for whatever you did. Thank you. Oh, the Twitch sub, appreciate that. His diving board survival on 29, that game was crazy. Yeah, I agree. And thank you, Hazelnut, for the 26 viewer raid. Really appreciate that. Over on the YouTube side, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Daniel Song, here you go. Josh, Jeff Mack, Black Ops, Tom J, D Bradley, Mr. Brain, C007. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Really appreciate that. And then, of course, thanks to our patrons who helped this continue along. Really appreciate you guys. And big shouts to Scott Gray, J, K9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Kakin, and Mila. Patreon.com/monthly Tetris to support the channel. Also, thanks for what? Those of you who contributed to the prize pool, which right now is $1,350, $650 to go. We had a contribution just before the stream, I think, in the previous stream, or this stream. In the previous stream was Trudy, so thank you, Trudy, for that $10. Appreciate that. $650 to go. Use go to ctm.gg/Matcherino to support the Masters prize pool. Next broadcast that is scheduled. Now, this doesn't mean there won't somehow emerge something for Das Masters where we've got a top 16 to do. And now this top 8 match between Meme and Dengler could be scheduled at some point. But the next scheduled match right now is Saturday. That is going to be at noon Texas time, 17 UTC. That's going to be Das Masters Orange, Yellow, and that's going to be Tugi, Ufmeans Egg, Eliash, and Robin. So that's going to be a thing. And we've already got, a couple of people in the semifinals already. Pixel Andy is there. He's the first player to make it into the semis of both since Fractal did it in March, and Fractal was the first. So only 2 players have done that. Okay, well, I think that's going to do it for me. See you on Saturday or whenever the next thing gets scheduled. Take care, YouTube. Bye-bye. And, yeah, Twitch, have a great night.